First of all, a special thank you to anyone who had anything to do with the lock-in last night that spilled over into this morning. Carlo Acutis and Pier Giorgio Forsati were both canonized, and we had over 100 teenagers and young adults locked in back in the PCC starting at 9 o'clock last night and then ending with Mass around 6:30 this morning. And so again, thank you to everyone who helped make that happen. Also, thank you to all the servers, the young servers who are filling in, because all of the older servers are asleep now, resting because they are recovering from an amazing evening of fun and so forth. And so again, thank you to all of our young servers who are here helping us make this Mass beautiful. In that opening prayer for Mass this morning, we talked about the prayer was to have authentic and true freedom, right? And so I think it's important to just contrast that true freedom with what types of freedoms are false. And so one of the things that our world is very big on is thinking that freedom means being able to do whatever we want, right? Anything that restricts our freedom is seen as a threat. And that is certainly how the larger world thinks of that. And also the devil wants us to think that any restrictions that come from us from outside are restrictions of our freedom. But that's never actually what the Catholic Church or Jesus have taught, right? The Church has always taught that freedom is the ability to choose the good, right? The ability to choose the good. So only the things that restrict our ability to choose the good are actual assaults on our freedom. And so again, for example, just a lot of times in our country and in our world, any opportunity or attempt to restrict the freedom of abortion is seen as a threat. But that's actually not a threat because it doesn't affect our ability to choose the good. And so that's what the Church and Jesus have always taught, is that freedom is actually the ability to choose the good, right? And so again, anything that restricts only those abilities to choose the good are actual threats to our freedom, whereas again, true freedom is the ability to choose and do the good. And so in a very related thing about that, it says, Jesus says in our gospel, at the end of the gospel, he says, anyone who does not renounce his possessions cannot be my disciple, right? Anyone who does not renounce his possessions cannot be my disciple. And so what does that mean? Well, renouncing our possessions is saying basically, Lord, in my freedom, I take all of my money, all of my possessions that I have, and I turn them over to you. And I ask that you use them, show me how to use them to help other people so that I can find true freedom and true peace, right? And so again, the devil wants us to hang on to our possessions, to think that the church, that Jesus, whoever it is trying to take our money, to take our possessions from us, but that's not actually true. The more we try to cling to our possessions, the more we think that they are our own and not to be shared, the more miserable we become. And so again, Christ and the church all want us to experience true freedom, and so that involves renouncing our possessions, handing them over. We're allowed to have stuff, right? But this renouncing of our possessions, again, means turning them over to Christ. And so, again, I think, one of the main things, the number one reason that actually marriages get divorced is because of financial reasons, right? So we are blessed with so many material possessions here in the United States, but we have over $2 trillion in household debt. And so again, in my 16 years of priesthood, I've known lots of marriages that were on the brink of dissolving and divorce, but who have found great peace through some sort of financial training, some financial peace university that Dave Ramsey puts on. There's lots of other Catholic programs that are out there that help couples and married people learn how to be good stewards of the money, the possessions that Christ has entrusted to each of our married couples. And so, again, if you are struggling in your marriage with finances, then I just encourage you to seek out something. Again, maybe it's Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace or some other Catholic program that would help you as a married couple to figure out how to find that freedom that comes from being good stewards of your finances, and again, entrusting everything, all of your possessions and finances to the Lord, to just say, again, in an act of faith, Lord, I give all of this to you, or we as a married couple give all of our possessions over to you, and then guide us and show us how best we can put these possessions to work for the greater kingdom. Amen.